August 20th, 1980, 11 p.m. I'm really not sure how to start this thing. First of all, I wasn't sure whether I should print or write. Excuse me. Even though I have sloppy handwriting, I will write because it's faster. I guess this is going to be a log of my thoughts and activities throughout my 3 year hitch in the Army. Ah, yes, the good old United States Army. Here it is, almost 4 days before I embark upon the biggest journey of my life as yet. 4 days until I'm stuck on a plane, my first plane ride, stripped of my hair, fitted into a nice new uniform, and transformed from boy to man. Well, don't let it be said that I'm not nervous. I'm just lately having second thoughts. At first, it all seemed so romantic. Me, the tall, skinny kid on the block, the one who tried to prove himself by attempting high school football. Me, Michael Harry Weiss, coming home all decked out in a sharp uniform and shiny black boots. And, yes, airborne wings. You see, it wasn't enough for me to join the Army. Anyone can do that. I had to stand above the crowd. I had to join the 82nd Airborne Infantry, noted for its combat readiness, able to strike anywhere at any time. Of course, when I joined, I never gave a thought to the fact that old Jimmy Carter is about to throw us into war for re-election's sake. I've talked with Mom about going to war. She thinks I'm headed for certain death or dismemberment. And to be truthful, she's got me worried. Suddenly, these jump wings don't look so glamorous, but I guess I'm pretty much stuck. I can't back out now. So it looks like a pretty grim future for me. Not only am I the main target in an infantry group, radio operator, I'm also destined to follow the 82nd Airborne to their death in Iran. Jesus Christ, what an outlook. When God asked for volunteers for this party called life, I should have stayed home. I'll write more in a couple of days. August 25th, 1980, 7:11 p.m. Well, this is it. I'm at the Holiday Inn Hotel in downtown Los Angeles. My roommate and I just got back from dinner, and I feel sick. My roommate, his name is Kirk Branch, just left to take his motorcycle home. His girlfriend will bring him back at about 11 o'clock p.m. He's pretty cool. He's going into the Air Force, and to hear him talk about pending war, I wish I was going with him. But I guess I'll do all right. Anyway, I take my first airplane flight tomorrow. I'm not sure if I can take this on the plane or not, so maybe I'll have to write or wait a few days to write again. It's hard to believe that I'm actually leaving home. I guess I'm supposed to be a man now, but I still feel like a kid. It'll be hard for me to sleep in a new bed, to be in a strange place, even shit in a different toilet. But I'll say one thing, I'm starting to feel my oats already. I actually thought about starting to smoke today. I thought I'd look cool. Everybody else here smokes. But I ain't no follower, so smoking's out. For the record, I'm about 3 months into quitting smoking here. And I'll be 64 in a little over a month. But I ain't no follower, so smoking's out. Just think, this time tomorrow, I'll be bald. I can't believe it. Oh well. I hear some chicks talking outside, and I think I'll go investigate. I'll write again soon. August 31st, 1980, 7:30 p.m. Well, I haven't been able to write for the last 6 days. So much has happened since the last time I wrote. I'm in the Army now. I'm in South Carolina at Fort Jackson. We're the 34th Platoon in Company E. That's Echo Company. We've already got our uniforms, boots, packs, and all that crap. That took 3 days. It sure feels strange to be bald. Boy, this army is a lot different than living at home. I mean, you don't get away with nothing. If your boots don't sparkle, your ass is grass. I've already lost my voice entirely from marching and calling cadence. One of the things I hate worse is having fire guard. I hate the worst is having fire guard. That's when you have to walk around the barracks for an hour in the middle of the night. It's boring as hell. The guys in my platoon are really cool. At first, we were all in sort of a daze, but we're coming out of it now. Well, I have to prepare for inspection now. I'll write more when I can. Oh, yeah, our platoon starts basic in 2 days. What fun. September 8th, 1980, 6:04 p.m. I just can't seem to find the time to write. It's hard to keep this log up to date. It's almost impossible to keep a log in this environment anyway. Oh crap. I've got to shine my boots. We've got an inspection tomorrow. I'll write when I'm done. So September 8th, 1980, 6:37 p.m. Well, just got back in, and now there's talk of a fire drill that's coming up. If that happens, I'll just have to stop writing. Boy, I think today was the hardest day so far. Our drill sergeant made us run all day. He dropped us down into the front lean and rest position for every wrong move. That means we did push-ups every 5 seconds. I'm now into my second week of basic training, and let me say, it's hell. I'm in Delta Company 6th Battalion, 2nd Brigade, 2nd Platoon. That's Delta 622. At first, the guys in my new platoon were assholes. Now they're starting to mellow out a little. Only a few guys from the 34th Platoon stayed with us. There's a lot of things I could complain about, but I'll just weed out a few. First of all, there's KP. The other day, I pulled KP from 3 o'clock in the morning until 8:30 p.m. Then I pulled fire guard that same night from 1 a.m. to 3 o'clock. That's almost 17 hours on my feet with only a few hours of sleep. I almost died. Today, like every day, we had to go to a couple of classes. One of today's classes involved the purpose of having an army. They showed us a film and slides dealing with past wars and the Cuban Missile Crisis. Actually, it was a bunch of propaganda to boost our morale, but still, I must say, I agreed with a lot of it. We talked about the Iran crisis and the possibility of going to war. It was a trip. At the end of class, the whole room of guys, almost 200, had to put on their pistol belts, canteens, and helmets. It really felt like we were going to war. We all fell out into a column formation, and everyone was screaming and yelling. Just before we came to our Just before we came to our BJ barracks or blowjob barracks, or I can't read my own writing. We all got 7 shots. A lot of guys, including me, got a little sick from the side effects. Our arms were sore. Now I've got a big bubble on my left arm where the smallpox shot was. We get our M16s in a couple of days. We have to march to the range that's 15 miles away. What fun. Every morning when I wake up, I just can't believe I'm in the Army. I can't believe I'm not at home with my mom. I really feel bad about leaving my mom. I mean, that was the hardest and worst thing I've ever had to do. Yesterday, I was talking to Mom on the phone, and I felt so bad when I hung up. I just wish I could see her and hug her again. As it is, I won't be seeing her until after Christmas. I'm worried about all of the little crap, like who's going to mow the yard or take out the trash. I swear to God, sometimes I think this is all a dream. I mean, I really do. I just wish I'd wake up and find myself back home walking the dog or going to school. I'm not disappointed that I joined the army. In fact, I'm glad. I'm glad. It's just that it's hard to concentrate on my work when I'm always thinking about how my mom's doing. If only she wasn't alone. That's the worst thing. When I left her alone. Talk about guilty. Damn right I feel guilty. Oh well, enough is enough. September 21st, 1980. No time given. Once again, I've gone long without writing. These, these just, there's just not enough time lately. A lot has happened in the last week. I don't have time to write much. For one thing, I've been sick as a dog. A lot of the guys are coming down with things, some pretty bad. It's not uncommon to see a guy pass out and be carried away, only to never see him again. Many end up in the Army hospital. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't doubt me landing there also. We hit the gas chamber last Tuesday, and let me say it was just about the worst experience I've ever had. Oh, yeah, I called mom yesterday and actually cried on the phone. I guess it was just hearing her voice sounding just like it always did after everything I've been going through here. Gonna climb Victory Tower tomorrow. September 28th, 1980, 6:54 p.m. I just got out of the Army hospital. I was in there for the last 4 days to receive treatment for pneumonia. I can't say that I'm cured, but I'm glad I'm out. If I had missed one more day of training, I would have been recycled. No way. I've got the worst pain in my left side. The doctor said my left lung was really bad and wanted to keep me longer. Oh well, we'll see if I survive or not. Tomorrow we have a 15-mile march to the rifle range at 6 a.m. That's with full field pack, web gear, and steel pots. Well, I'm going to try and write more a little later. Okay, October 5th, 1980, 12:22 p.m. Well, once again, I haven't been able to write for a while. This whole last week was range week. Every morning we had to march to the range with web gear and full field packs. First, we had to zero our weapons. Then, for the next few days, we practiced shooting pop-up targets. Well, yesterday we had to qualify with the M16. I made expert, the highest badge. I must admit, I'm a damn good shot. Tomorrow, we practice night fire with tracers. I just found out that I have KP duty tomorrow. That's bullshit. I already had it once for 18 hours. I'm really pissed. October 13th, 1980, 9:30 a.m. Well, 10 more days and we graduate. I can't wait to get out of this prison. Right now, I'm sitting in the barracks listening to a radio. Today is a free day. We get to lay around, talk, play basketball, football, volleyball. There's only about 6 of us here now. Everyone else is playing football. I'm waiting for the gym to open so I can play basketball. Tomorrow we get our... What? Tomorrow we get our bivouac. Oh, tomorrow we go on bivouac. That's when we go to Omaha Beach. Oh well, at least we get a day to rest. Okay, Sunday, August 16th, 1981. First day back from leave, and I'm feeling depressed. But I'll fall back into the routine soon. Looking forward to a jump this Thursday. We got a couple of new guys in the platoon. They're pretty cool. Well, I'm going to get some badly needed sleep so I can face tomorrow. Oh, yeah, I'm getting a new radio and tape player tomorrow. Monday, 24th August 24th, 1981. Yep, I'm falling right back into the old routine of not writing for a week. What can I say except that there's no time? Last Thursday, I made a jump. It was a very strange jump in that there were a lot of bad feelings about it. For instance, Spec 4 Molina, who has made very many jumps, really felt scared. He told me he had never felt this way about any other jump. Then, as I just found out today, Private Eric Link felt pretty uneasy. I myself felt indifferent, which was unusual. I'm usually very tense and excited. Well, I was very calm, almost bored with the whole thing. I even slept on the plane, something I never do. When it came time to stand up and the doors were open, suddenly the bad feeling came over me. Everything just wasn't right. To make it all short, I went ahead with the jump and it all turned out fine. There was only two injuries. Uh, that being Big Willie Cross, who got a slight head injury. Oh, there was only one injury. That being Big Willie Cross, who got a slight head injury. Today was a busy day. This morning I had to go out to Area G for testing at the chemical decontamination site. I was assigned to a decon team and had to wear a gas mask, gloves, and mop suit over my fatigues. We had to dig sumps for chemicals and decontaminating vehicles and personnel. All this was done in full protective gear. Needless to say, I sweated very much. To top the day off, I missed a Hollywood jump into New Jersey. I could not go because of the testing with the NBC. Poppy went on this jump, and as a matter of fact, he should be in Jersey right now. They're going to jump back into Bragg also. They mainly wanted experienced jumpers due to the fact that the DZ is an 8-second drop zone with a tower in the center of it. Oh well, enough for now. September 1st, 1981, Tuesday. This is my second day back from Georgia. We were there for a week on a Mobstrack mission. It was pretty wild. First of all, we were supposed to jump into Georgia, but that got screwed up as usual. After a rough 2-hour flight in one of 5 C-130s in a trill, one doesn't really feel too good anyway. Well, throw in the fact that we were harnessed up in our Dash 1 Bravo parachutes, and you've got one hell of a ride. Anyway, we finally get over the drop zone, and we're stood up, hooked up, and standing by when suddenly the Air Force Loadmaster gave the Jumpmaster the thumbs down sign. What had happened was there weren't any medics on the drop zone, so we ended up landing, which was my very first time landing in a C-130. That's a weird thought. So we ended up staying in some underground barracks at an Army airfield. It was a trip. The whole place was max security. I mean, guards at every door. We also had a ranger unit stay with us for a few days. Yesterday, when we were getting ready to leave, I was getting my parachute inspected by Lieutenant American, Jumpmaster. When he found that my static line was badly frayed, I mean, it was barely held together by a few threads. I had to go get another chute, which is supposed to be bad luck. Anyway, we picked numbers to see who would be number one man in the door, and I got it. Lieutenant American told me he was going to put me in the door early. We usually joke about that a lot, and I thought he was just joking. Well, he wasn't. I was standing in that door for about a good 4 minutes. When the LT finally gave me the go, I leaped with all of my might right into the prop blast We were at 1,000 feet, and I got off every foot of the way down. Ray Petzel just came into the room. When he saw that I was what I was doing, he asked if I ever wrote about him. Damn, I never have, come to think of it. In fact, I don't write about any of my friends. I'll have to start doing that. Well, Asta. September 3rd, 1981, Thursday. Boy, am I sore. Today was just the second practice for the battalion football team. I, for some unknown reason, made starting left end. We ran quite a few wind sprints after practice. I'm going to get together this afternoon with Laird, the right side end. I want to go over some of the plays with him. I just got back from the CS chamber when our company once again had to go through that shit. Yesterday, I sent Cindy a really wild letter. I mean, I really got into it. I almost regretted mailing it. I hope I get some mail myself today. I'm getting pissed off. Every day I go to the mail call and all I get is some bill from the Christian Children's Fund. I guess if I'd write more, I'd get more. Oh well, attitude check. Fuck it. Cindy was, I have a sister named Cindy, but Cindy at that time was a girlfriend of mine who was also in the Army. September 13th, 1981, Sunday. Long time later, still same attitude check. Fuck it. I mean, I just can't win for losing. Not only have I not heard from Cindy or anyone else in a month, but what I thought was the beginning of a new relationship turned out to be just a one-night stand. I'm telling you, I never learn with these Korean chicks. I guess I take life too serious. Well, not anymore. Nothing really exciting happened this week. Let's see. I met a nice-looking Korean chick, 39 years old, and ended up feeling very depressed. Thursday, I bought a life insurance policy. Now, if I bite the dust, Mom will get $50,000 instead of just the $20,000 from the Army. Last night, Poppy Baker, JT Holland, and I went to the races. Had a pretty good time. Today, Petzel, Danko, and I saw a movie. Tomorrow, we will prepare Alpha 59 for a heavy drop. That's a vehicle. We will heavy drop and tailgate on Wednesday. Alpha 59, that was a Gamma Goat. September 14th, 1981, a Monday. Well, here we go again. Not too long ago, I tried to save a wounded bird by letting him take refuge in my locker. He died the next day. Well, last night, Poppy told me about a mother cat and two kittens that he found in Holland's car. The car had been sitting in the lot for a while due to the fact that it doesn't run. Anyway, the mother cat took off upon discovery, and Poppy and Bill had to push the car to another lot. Well, of course, the mom cat couldn't find the car now, and I couldn't think of what to do. I even dreamt about it. So, all last night and all of today, these two kittens have been starving in Bill's car. I thought of calling the SPCA, but I had heard that they wouldn't come out here on post at Fort Bragg. Well, tonight, after work, I went out and brought both of them into the room. Once again, I cleared out my bottom drawer, laid out a towel, and put the refugees in there. Then Poppy and I scraped up 75 cents, and I went to the PX and bought a pint of milk and a rubber. I then took Poppy's Pearl Drops container and filled it with milk. Then I slipped the rubber over the bottle and poked a little hole in it. The kittens, named AC and DC, did not like the bottle too much, but it did not take too much coaxing to get them to eat. Well, I was prepared to do this for a while, but there's been a sudden change. Spec 4 Stribe, just now, while I was writing this, came in, took AC and DC home. He said that he told his wife about them and she wanted to raise them. I can't argue with him because if I get caught with them up here, I'm dead. So he just took them, and I hope that they'll do all right. I guess I'll call Mom tonight. She'll get a kick out of this. And that is the last entry in that book. Now that I'm sitting a month away from 64 years old, I really wish I would have continued that. It's interesting when you look at it. Here we are. What are we in right now? We're in May 2026, and we're currently in a war situation with Iran. And in those days, there was the whole Iranian crisis, and the army was prepping for a potential war in Iran at that time as well. Just interesting. So many different things I could talk about, but you either get it or you don't. But I thought I'd share that with you, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, give me a like. Let me know what you thought.